response that you have been getting from the voters in South Goa?
Tremendous. Voter response is tremendous, and I am myself quite surprised with this kind of response. Maybe voter now has realized that it is time for a change, a real change. We have lived under the shadows of both the BJP and the Congress, who have only ruined this place. Goa has been ruined by them. They have shared power between them for a number of years, and a time has come now for people to think, and there is an alternative. Earlier there were no alternatives, so people did not know which way to go. Now we have provided an alternative which has all the credibility. Our work in Delhi in the last 4 years has been so good that it is being talked all over the world. So that is what gives us that credibility, and that is the reason voter is now looking forward to vote for us.
Do you feel in the past few years, since the inception of our party in Delhi or all over the country, they have been able to make enough inroads, especially in the state of Goa, where it may be north or south?
It has been a slow process, I will admit. They have had a tremendous success in Delhi, and we have been seeing results. But these behemoths, these two behemoths, that is the BJP and the Congress, have tried every trick in the trade to stop them, to stop the growth of the Aam Aadmi Party. Our targets have been small states, so that we can begin with small states and then we are noticed. That is the reason first we decided to enter Goa and Punjab, and now we are contesting in Haryana too. Pan-India reach is not easy. These people have been managing it with tons of money that they have at their disposal, the money from the loot and plunder of this country. Aam Aadmi Party does not get this kind of funding from anywhere. We survive on the donations of the common man from as low as rupees 10, hundreds, 200, 300, 400, 500. This is the kind of donations that we get, and that is how we have been able to keep our ideology intact, and the promise of a better future tomorrow is still there.
When you talk about an alternative between the other two political parties, what is the feedback that you get from voters in South Goa, like what they exactly are looking from the AAP party?
See, AAP's credentials are good, no doubt about that. Everybody says that AAP is a good party, AAP has good people. For the first time when we entered, particularly the last elections, people were upbeat. But then as a new entity, that kind of maturity was lacking in the party to face this stormy weather which gets created in the end. And BJP is very good at it. They spend a lot of money to push fake news. They called Aam Aadmi Party as an outsider party when they themselves are basically outsider party based in Delhi. So also the Congress, and between them they played a game successfully to keep us out. But I think as time went by in the last 2 years, what they have done in this state, how they have performed, that they have not performed at all. People have taken notice of that they have not done anything worth mentioning for the people of Goa except playing their political games, where they have been able to sell themselves to the others at a huge price, and this has been noticed by the people.
When you talk about issues and all, especially in South Goa, last 5 years performance of the present BJP MP, how would the AAP rate?
People say it is dismal. People say that BJP MP has not been heard of, that the BJP MP has not been seen. This is what people say. I am myself touring so many places as part of my campaign that people do not want to vote for the BJP. And even the Hindu heartland, that is the eastern belt of Goa, where a large number of people are surviving on, or we call them mining dependents or whatever we may call them. That is the area people are saying this man has not been seen, not been heard, neither has Goa heard about him much in the parliament. And to add to that, 3 MPs of the BJP from Goa, that is 1 Rajya Sabha, 2 from the Lok Sabha, they could not get an appointment with their own PM. What kind of a situation are we in, where their own Prime Minister of their party, he has no time for Goa? Serious issue as that of mining store closure.
Do you think the issue of mining has been totally neglected?
See, any issue, it is not only mining. Every issue has been neglected. They do not know how to handle it because they had no interest of the common man of Goa. When anything that is thought about, when you scheme some things, you have to first keep the common man's interest in mind. Theirs is the opposite. They have the capitalist interest in mind, and they first think, how much this capitalist will get affected, his business interest will get affected, and as a result, what happens is the people do not get the justice, people do not get their work done. This has caused huge disenchantment in this area against the BJP. And what can you say about the Congress? Congress has always been in a situation where they do not know which way to run. And in that scenario, I think now people have realized, and of course, as Elvis Gomes, also people know me as a former officer, and that also is helping in a big way to make strides in SouthGoa.
When you talk about giving an AAP and giving an alternative towards these two parties, what are the promises, what are the assurances that AAP would like to give to SouthGoa voters?
As a convener, I would not like to restrict myself only to SouthGoa, though I am a candidate from SouthGoa. AAP is a party full of promise, and the promise converts into a reality. This has been demonstrated amply in the last 4 years in Delhi. What a common man needs is on our agenda. We think in his frame of mind. What does he need? He needs a good education. He is getting it there. He needs good health facility, healthcare facility at a primary, secondary, tertiary level. They are getting it there. Your uninterrupted power supply, they are getting it there. Then you have free home delivery of your government services. They are getting it there. Free water up to 20,000 liters. They are getting it there. See, the quality of life gets better. This is basically the job of a government. But here, there is nobody to think on these lines. They are only here to exist and open offices late in the middle of the night to play their political games, to make somebody a CM, to make somebody a minister, or to see that somebody's party is split down the middle and they poach upon them and then they bring them in the BJP and wake up the speaker, and the speaker comes running from Dubai and opens the office. So what I am saying is, if these people had to show this kind of attitude to do something for the common man, things would have been better. They are opening the offices only for their own good. What else is happening in Goa? Everybody knows that. That is the reason people have to vote for Aam Aadmi Party this time.
What are the major concerns that really affects the state of Goa, and the concerns that you could take up if their candidate is elected?
The main concern for me personally and as a party is our identity, our culture. Everything is at stake now. Main concern is for the people of Goa. आज आमी म्हणटा आमकां गोंयकारांक वालोर ना जाला. गोंयकारांक कितें वालोर आसा आज ह्या स्टेटीन? You say anything to this government, the government is just deaf to people's issues. You talk about environment, you talk about coal, you talk about rivers, you talk about mining, you talk about garbage. Who is hearing anybody's voice? Who is there to hear? Even if they have ears, they do not hear. This is the kind of situation. So our agenda is to first listen to the voice of the people and go by what people's voice says. That only will help Goa. Nothing else can save Goa. Goa is very small. It is being, first we were talking about conquest of Goa by foreign powers. Today it is a conquest of all illegalities that is engulfed Goa from all sides. You call them anything, land mafia, you call them drug mafia, everybody has encroached into Goa.
One more important issue, which your national leader and Delhi's chief minister had already also spoken, saying that there was a need for Congress and AAP to come together so that at least we could keep BJP out of power. But these things did not happen. How much important it was, do you feel, especially also in the state of Goa?
It was important, though we would call Congress a poison. We were ready to gulp it down for only one reason, to keep this BJP divisive, communal BJP out. The foundations of this nation are getting shaken with BJP's presence. This nation has been built upon a constitution in 1950 and it has stood its test of time. But now the recent happenings that have been going on have shaken this belief in the constitution too. And that is the reason it is important that BJP should have been kept out. But Congress doesn't agree. Congress is hand in gloves with this party. And that has been proved time and again through various events that have been witnessed in the recent past.
Recently, when the Congress candidate had filed a nomination form, he spoke about saying that AAP is a party which could help in splitting votes and all. What is your say on this charge?
When you talk about vote splitting, I don't know whether to laugh or cry. And who is saying this? Congress candidate Francisco Sardina from South calling us vote splitters, B team of the BJP. Let me tell you only one thing. Let us go by just simple analysis of what has been happening in the last 20 years. Come 1999, Francisco Sardina led faction divided Congress into two, and he became the CM. And then he was removed and BJP got a taste of power for the first time. Then again the Congress was split in 2000 to see that Parikar comes in the chair. So who is the vote splitter here? Now let me also tell you, in 2017 they have not learned their lessons. In 2017 they have exported the elections that they returned, give them 17 seats. Out of those 17 they have exported their MLAs for a price. Congress is getting splintered again. Who is responsible? Aam Aadmi Party is responsible for that? No. The people's trust that was given through the vote, they have betrayed that trust. They have completely betrayed that trust. And let me tell you one more thing. Out of the 2,59,000 votes that were polled by the Congress, which gave them 17 seats, in one stroke, 41,000 voters were just betrayed by 3 MLAs. You take the case of Goa Forward. Goa Forward that went on an anti-BJP platform. With their 3 MLAs, they went with the BJP. That adds up to about 75 total in all. 75,000 voters were betrayed and their votes were sold. Did the voters get anything? That's why I am telling, let there be a stock exchange for the MLAs, that trading can take place officially. They can get very high prices and the voter also will get some dividend. So here is a case of cheaters, voter cheaters. We are not splitters, they are voter cheaters. And one more example I will give you. Luisin Falero is on record not once but twice, wherein he said Digvijay Singh did not allow him to form the government, the Congress, the government. So that means Digvijay wanted the BJP to form the government. So the Congress and BJP are two sides of the same coin. This has proved dangerous for Goa. This was not realized by the voter earlier. Voter realizes now that Congress and BJP have ruined the state. That's why in the beginning I made the statement that these parties, these behemoths, Congress and the BJP, are the cause of ruin of Goa.
So when you say your party can make a change, what is the belief that the Aam Aadmi Party feels that we can make a change in North or South Goa and we can defeat the national parties?
We trust the people because ultimately voter is the Raja. We are not that kind of a party where we will take the vote and betray the trust of the people. Unlike these parties, recent events have shown it again. This has been happening since 99 or earlier than that, breaking factions. Then the Anti-Defection Act came into force, but still they have found a way to do that. They can resign, they can go into another party and take all the help, and again the taxpayer is charged for that, all this exercise that is going on. And huge suitcases get exchanged. At least in one case, it is on record that Subhash Shirodkar got 70 crores out of a land acquisition proceedings. So here is a very strong nexus that is visible, and this nexus is detrimental to the future of Goa and the youth of Goa.
Finally, what is the number of votes that the Aam Aadmi Party or you as a candidate feel that you would be polling?
I would not like to put a figure on how much or how many votes I will be polled by me as a candidate in South Goa, but I can definitely say that this election, my voter is coming from all the parties. If a voter was having allegiance to BJP, for this moment he is taking a break from that allegiance and voting for Elvis Gomes from the Aam Aadmi Party. So also is the case with Congress. They are saying, Congress, wait at home. We are now with Aam Aadmi Party. And even MG voter or Goa Forward voter or any splinter groups or small parties, I am getting the vote of the Goan cutting across political lines, and that will be quite huge.
So what would be your final message towards your voters?
My final message to not only the voters but to the people of Goa is, Goa has been sent downhill. It's going rolling downhill, and we have to arrest that. We have to catch, and we have to see that Goa is restored to its glory. I know it is difficult. I know a lot of damage has been done. I know a lot of environmental consequences have been faced. I know people are still struggling. But let us put an end to these struggles. Let us hear the voice of the people and let us do exactly what the people want.